Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome to the second season of the AFL virtual season, brought to you by the new 2021 season update. So the difference is, last year we had every game 2.5 minute quarters, then we didn't increase that until like the prelims or something. So I did that to just save time and sort of like try and get everything out as quick as possible. This time round, I have the same amount of time, and I think it's just better if I manage my time by doing it a bit differently, and I feel this is a better way. So I'm going to show 2 games per week, 7.5 minute quarters to get more sort of realistic score lines for the most part, right? And the rest of the games I'll just show the results in a third video along with the ladder, and I'll simulate those following games. But for the first 8 rounds I will be simulating it completely, like I've literally just done, and from round 9 onwards I'll be uploading these videos in line with the actual season to make it a bit more interesting. So yeah, maybe when the finals come round I'll finish it early before the actual finals, but in terms of like regular season, I'm going to upload it round 9 with round 9, round 10 with round 10. I'm going to try and keep up with that pace. I think it's just better if I do that instead of like doing every match then editing it all down. I feel like if I do 7.5 minutes it'll be quicker and a bit easier for me, and the third video showing it off the results, and I'm going to try and balance it out. I want to show at least every team once. Sorry, that's not good English. I want to show every team at least once, so that's how it's going to work. I'm going to walk you through the first 8 rounds simulated, and from round 9 onwards, either before the round or after the round, I'll figure it out. You will see a couple games per week. You can be sure to request games if you want. Obviously it's pure guesswork what games I pick. Like, I don't know what's going to be close and what's not, so like I could pick a game that's a 50-point margin and the one I simulate is 1 point, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, there's just like last year, this year we're ending the giveaway. I don't know what the giveaway is yet, to be honest, but I have 23 weeks to think about that anyway. So yeah, let's do this. Round 1, Richmond 107, Carlton 62, Collingwood 73, Western Bulldogs 105. You know what? I'll speed this up. Saying that each number is gonna it's gonna tire me out. I just recorded the Evolution to Predicts video as well. Melbourne beat Freo. Obviously, if you want to check the scores in depth, you can just pause it. I say in depth, but you can pause it to see all the scores anyway. Adelaide beat Geelong comfortably. Essendon lost to Hawthorn. Brisbane lost to Sydney. Obviously, in the prediction video I did, it was a bit different, just a bit different. This one a bit more realistic. North Melbourne lost to Port Adelaide. Giants lost to St Kilda. West Coast beat Gold Coast. Carlton beat Collingwood by a point. Okay, interesting. Geelong beat Brisbane. Sydney lost to Adelaide Crows. Adelaide's got 171 points. That's a good percentage boost, I'll say that, but I didn't think that would happen, not from Adelaide. Port Adelaide beat Essendon by a goal. St Kilda beat St Kilda beat Melbourne, the D's, by 9 points. Gold Coast beat North Melbourne by 3 points. Hawthorn lost to Richmond. Western Bulldogs beat West Coast by 28 points. Freo lost to the Giants. Round 3, Brisbane lost to Collingwood at the Gabba. North Melbourne beat the Western Bulldogs, got 166 points, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. How have North and Adelaide scored the most points? But how are they the most? How have they got the 2 highest scores so far? That's a bit sus in my opinion. Adelaide 96, Gold Coast 127. Gold Coast think that many points? What's going on in this season? I really hope the games I pick are like that. I want to see incredible high scores. Anyway, Richmond beat Sydney by 18 points. By the way, I'm going to keep it 7.5 minute quarters until like the prelims. The final's going to be just like last year, full length match. So it could be some crazy score lines by then. Anyway, Richmond beat Sydney. Essendon beat St Kilda. West Coast losing to Port Adelaide. Carlton beat Freo. The Giants beating Melbourne. Geelong losing to Hawthorn by 45 points. Sydney losing to Essendon. Port Adelaide beating Richmond 127 to 97. Geez. Western Bulldogs 143 to Brisbane's 31. St Kilda losing to West Coast by 10 points. Gold Coast beating Carlton. Collingwood losing to GWS. North Melbourne losing to Adelaide. Melbourne beating Geelong. Freo beating Hawthorn by 2 goals. St Kilda losing to Richmond. West Coast losing to Collingwood in a high-scoring game at the Optus Stadium. West Coast beating Gold Coast. Sydney losing to the Giants. Carlton losing to Port by 5 goals. Sorry, 5 points, not 5 goals. Carlton losing to Port Adelaide by 5 points, not 5 goals. Either way, lost, but better percentage. Brisbane beating Essendon. Adelaide beat Freo. Hawthorn lost to Melbourne by 7 points. Geelong beat North Melbourne comfortably. The Giants beat Western Bulldogs by more than double the score. Geelong beating West Coast comfortably. Makes sense based on real life, but it was more comfortable in real life. Gold Coast beat Sydney. Carlton beat Brisbane. Melbourne beat Richmond. Freo winning by a point against North Melbourne. Losing my voice there, losing my voice. But Freo just winning by a point in a classic against North Melbourne. Hawthorn beat Adelaide. Collingwood lost to Essendon. Port Adelaide lost to St Kilda. Round 7. Brisbane Lions 139. Port Adelaide 98. Big win there for the Lions. Collingwood beat Gold Coast by 20 points. Essendon beat Carlton by 5 points. North Melbourne lost to Melbourne very comfortably. Richmond scored 28 points and lost to Western Bulldogs, scored 47. St Kilda losing to Hawthorn by a goal. That's nice to see as a Hawthorn fan. Sydney beat Geelong by 17. Adelaide lost to GWS. West Coast beat Freo in the Western Derby. In round 8, I'm not done simming it yet, but Gold Coast beat St Kilda by 20 points. The Giants lost to Essendon. Hawthorn lost by a point at the MCG to West Coast Eagles. I'm getting flashbacks to like a couple years ago when they beat us by a point at the MCG. Melbourne beat Sydney by 10 points. North Melbourne beat Collingwood. Richmond beat Geelong. Western Bulldogs lost by 11 to Carlton at Marvel Stadium. Port Adelaide losing the showdown to Adelaide by 3 points. That would be crazy to see. And finally, Freo are losing at the Optus Stadium to Brisbane, 87 to 105. Look at those numbers. I could only dream of hitting those numbers when I play. So yeah, there we go. The ladder so far is this. Here we go. Giants on 24 points at the top. Melbourne on 24 points in second. So Gold Coast on 24 points in third. Adelaide in fourth on 20. Western Bulldogs on 20. Richmond on 20. Essendon on 20, Port Adelaide on 20, that makes the 8. Hawthorn in 9th on 16, Carlton on 16 as well in 10th place, Collingwood, St Kilda, Geelong, West Coast and Brisbane all on 12 points. And at the bottom, we got North Melbourne, Freo and Sydney on 8 points. Well, based on the real season, there's a few differences, just a few. Just a few. At least there's a few things that are fixed, because when the game predicted it, it had the Western Bulldogs and Melbourne quite low, but now they're high. But it had Sydney high, and now they're like at the bottom. It never gets it right, this game. It never gets it right. It never gets it right. Yeah, there we go. We'll see how this pans out. Once again, I will show 2 games. Obviously highlighted, not going to show the full 7.5 minute quarters, but I will show 2 games per week. I'm not going to be playing, by the way. It's literally going to be the game playing itself. So what happens, happens, and I'm just going to be watching, and you guys can watch as well. And in the third by the way, I won't be talking, by the way. It'll just be the game. Just the it will be as if it's the real season, but it's not. It'll be virtual. So it's just like a virtual version, a virtual world version of the real world, just a bit more unrealistic. And I'll be talking in the third video that I upload when I show you the ladder and the other scores. So yeah, hopefully this series goes well, and be sure to think of any possible prize, because last year I did like gift card at AFL shop, and that worked. But yeah, should I do that again or something else? I don't know. Obviously, I live in England, so I can't just send things to you. I mean, I can, but there's customs charges, and you might have to pay customs charges, and I might, you know what, it's a headache. But with a gift card, I can just email it to you, email you the code. It's so much easier. Anyway, this is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya. I'm glad I did this in one take. Less editing. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I need to sleep. I got work tomorrow. Alright, goodbye.